to the FAQ.
Season 1 review.
We are jumping into episode 16 with Benny Marama. Benny talks to us about his Cook Island Māori upbringing, HAMSIA, which is the
Hamilton Cook Island Association. Shout out to them.
and his experiences through the creative community, particularly here in Kirikiriroa.
We're so thankful for Benny's way that he actually dances through all his life experiences, which is so reflective of his creative practice, right? Benny sparks us off with a deep reflection about when you feel outside of your own community or communities in this beautiful share.
Sort of looking at it and acknowledging, okay, so this is what I look like. This is what my culture looks like. These are what my people look like. It's physically, emotionally, mentally. So, okay. Why am I still on the outside or feel like I'm on the outside?
Benny then stretches our capacity to silo art forms that, in his view, are one and the same through this next gem.
If you can sing on stage, then you can do Shakespeare. If you can do kapahaka, you can do Shakespeare. If you can do hula and drum, you can do Shakespeare.
Benny then concludes with a healthy reminder that your intelligence is innate, and we only need to remind ourselves of that in this next gem.
Might be a bit of a blanket statement, but I don't really subscribe to the idea that you pick up something and you learn. I mean, obviously you learn, but my feel is that this part has always been there. You are just re-acknowledging it and then learning and then growing it.
Wow. So, what does this bring up for you?
That's my question to you.
No, it's my question to you.
Are you catering to me?
Maybe.
Would you like to go first?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, the question was asked. It's interesting because what I feel in the now is that there's a lot of like these concepts that could be perceived as like wishy-washy. And in my head, I'm like, it's only as wishy-washy as you'd allow it to be.
What do you mean by this?
Like, I don't subscribe to the idea that that as a concept.
That
I feel
last
like
piece.
if I would have heard that in probably like less than 5 years ago, like probably so 5 years ago, if you would have told me that, I would have been like bullshit. Bullshit. Because my conditioning would have allowed, and I would have sourced from my inventory of history to back my evidence and back the narratives that and that's something that I will not shame for. I grew through that. It's like I was a protective measure. I love myself for that season. I feel as well to cater to cater to that bridge between old Maluseo and the Maluseo sitting right here in front of you. I'm so I feel the need to even just be just acknowledging the part, the growth, because I feel like that growth is so potent. It's so potent. And to evoke an understanding of someone who's not ready is actually quite detrimental to that person. And to me, it would be so detrimental. And I feel as well that that's the whole reason why I don't shame the old me and I don't shame the ignorant or the perceived ignorant me. And also to uplift Benny's journey, because I feel like the first two quotes were literally wayfinding.
Yeah.
From my understanding, what I got out of that was that he invited me to look at all the times that I was not believing in my identities, that I didn't feel complete in one. And the conversation of enoughness came up. And I feel like that conversation of enoughness is very interdisciplinary towards a lot of things in life that I have exposed myself to and I've chosen to be in. And that's the part where I really give myself grace for, because I feel like the more that I give grace for all the times that I was in motion and in my emotion, and also attempting my best to swim in a place that I didn't have or feel like I had a voice or my power, I give grace to that. I give so much grace to being like, look, you did your best. It wasn't anybody else's best, and that's not even a question. Why should you even try and prove it to anybody else? But yeah, so that's what came up for me right now in this moment, actually.
Yeah.
What about you?
I think for me, like when we were reflecting on this, it brought up for me my journey through photography, and now through podcasting.
Hey.
Knowing that I've always had a innate skill or ability to connect through storytelling. And for me, that journey started with photography, and it has evolved. Clearly my English hasn't. It has evolved now into into podcasting, and like I honestly never thought that this would be a thing for me. Yeah, it's just so cool that like that evolution I get to see and witness and be grateful for. And I think that was invited to me through the second piece of, if you can do kapa haka, you can do Shakespeare. It's the same thing, just in a different, like it's the same expression, just in a different context or quote unquote language. Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty sick. I really enjoyed that conversation.
I really enjoyed the way that he talked about his alchemizing his parents' stories. So that part for me was really, really bomb. And you can definitely hear more of that in his full episode. Check him out. It's really good. Like, to me, I got a chance to actually live in his experience, and at the same time figure out what does that actually mean for me, you know, to cater to my 15-year-old self. Like, terms
huge
like that was
story
bomb.
in there for that. Yeah.
No, that's good. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Benny.
Love you. The fuck you.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
The fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you, bitch.
Bye.